Long ago, the ocean's breath wove the first Crynid songs into the tides, binding their voices to the pulse of the depth. Now, as Nereis drifts over a wounded reef, she wonders if the sea still listens. Her fingers brush brittle coral, the echoes of past melodies whispering through her bones. The oceans remember loss, but it also remembers renewal. With each note she sings, she stitches together the frayed harmonies of forgotten worlds, promising the reef is not alone. The song may fade, the waters may darken, but as long as she sings, hope endures. You are listening to the final reworking of one of the species from the first edition of the Fantasy Creature Contest. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll leave you a link in the description. In a nutshell, together with my community, I created a large number of fantasy or science fiction creatures. It is a creative effort aimed, despite its name, at encouraging sharing rather than competition. You can find a written version of this species on my website, www.francescogozzo.com, if you want to read the details at your leisure. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the other creatures and the grand tournament, during which we will choose our favorite. Also, if you want to actively support the channel, you can do so through Patreon or by purchasing some of my books on Amazon, links in the description. Chapter 1 Introduction Presentation. The Crynids are graceful aquatic humanoids whose lives and magic are inseparably woven into the rhythm of the ocean. Known for their hauntingly beautiful songs that can soothe the most turbulent seas, they are both guardians and children of the water's vast heart. Their culture is one of harmony, artistry and stewardship, shaped by an ancient pact with the ocean itself. Yet beneath their serene elegance lies a deep melancholy, for the seas they revere are imperiled, and with each woven tide their magic wanes. To witness a Crynid in song is to see the ocean breathe, a union of voices, current, and light that captures both the fragility and strength of their people. Physical appearances. Crynids possess slender hydrodynamic builds adapted for both swimming and gliding across water surface. Their skin shimmers in pale hues, reflecting the blues, greens and silvers of the sea, while delicate translucent wings, strong yet gossamer, trail light as they skim wind and wave alike. Their eyes resemble polished seashell or deep tide pools, often glowing faintly in dim light. Hair, when present, flows like strands of seaweeds or foam, ranging in color from pale coral to midnight blue. Chapter 2 Traits and Mechanics. Abilities. The heart of Crynid power is oceanic resonance, the ability to amplify their songs into tangible magic that shapes tides, heals marine life, and calls upon sea creatures for aid. Throughout harmony mending, they can restore coral reef. With current weaving, they can redirect treacherous flow. They craft song-infused crystals that preserve their melodies, serving as protective wards or tools of learning, and form singing circles where their collective voices summon storms or cleanse polluted waters. Languages. Crynids speak tide speech, a flowing, melodic language that blends tonal shift with rhythmic patterns reminiscent of waves. It's written from an elegant script of curving lines and spirals, designed to be inscribed on shells, corals, or enchanted kelp scrolls. They also use marine chant, a form of harmonic communication that relies on vibrations in the water to convey meaning across great distances, intelligible even to some marine creatures. Chapter 3 Culture and Traditions. Society. In Crynid's society, the tidal guardians are revered protectors of ancient relics, said to be fragments of the ocean's soul. These relics amplify the Crynids' waning magic, enabling them to cleanse polluted water and defend their people. though excessive use can weaken their bond with the sea. Housed in sacred underwater temple, many now lost to industrialization and pollution, these relics are central to the temple preservationist mission, who see restoring the sanctuaries as essential to reviving their fading magic. Psychology and personality. Crynids are deeply emotional beings, their moods often ebbing and flowing like the tides they revere. While many possess a serene, contemplative temperament, they are also capable of great passion when defending their waters. They are primarily driven by hope tempered with melancholy, a quiet determination to restore the ocean's vitality despite the mounting odds against them. Their mannerisms often reflect their aquatic grace, subtle swaying motion when standing still, rhythmic tapping of fingers or tails in time with unheard melodies, and a tendency to pause mid-conversation to listen to the sea's voice. Although generally empathetic and collaborative, they harbor an undercurrent of wariness born from witnessing the ocean's slow decline. Values and philosophy. The Crynids' guiding principle is harmony between themselves, the ocean, and the broader web of life. They see all the sea as both parent and partner, and their morality is measured by one's contribution to its well-being. While most are idealists who believe the ocean can be healed, pragmatism emerges in times of crisis, especially among those willing to use dangerous relics or forbidden magic. Philosophical divides exist between reformists who cling to traditional stewardship and seekers who embrace risk in pursuit of survival. Factions. Crynid society revolves around a deep connection to the ocean, with specialized roles ensuring both survival and ecological balance. Tidal guardians serve as spiritual and magical readers, protecting sacred relics and underwater temples that channel the ocean's primal energies to restore balance to the seas. Wave callers master tides and currents, safeguarding marine life, securing food supplies and maintaining migration routes, while caretakers of the shoal nurture coral gardens, protect endangered species, and preserve the fragile web of life on which Crynid's magic depends. Yet, in world of environmental decline, divisions have emerged. Reformers champion traditional healing and sustainable practices, while seekers turn to ancient artifact and risky magic to preserve their power. Temple preservationists dedicate themselves to restoring lost sanctuaries, often clashing with individuals' powers that threaten those sites, and siren outcasts, those who have corrupted their songs into predatory weapons, serves as a grim reminder of what happens when harmony with the ocean's magic is lost. Rituals and celebrations. Crynid rituals embody their profound bond with the ocean and their resilience in the face of environmental decline. At dawn, they perform the Awakening Song, a unison chant that aligns their magic with the tides, sustaining harmony between their energies and the sea. The Requiem for the Lost is a solemn ceremony mourning water rendered lifeless by pollution, blending sorrowful and hopeful melodies to inspire the restoration efforts. In contrast, the festival of the first wave bursts with color and sound, celebrating their origins through synchronized gliding display across the water and elaborate multi-voiced composition, reaffirming the joy and unity at the heart of their oceanic heritage. Arts. The songs of the Crynids are the heartbeat of their culture, weaving together their spiritual, social, and artistic life. Tide gatherings unite entire communities in harmonies that echo the ocean's rhythm, strengthening both their connection to the sea and their social bonds. Among them, master songcrafters devote their lives to composing new melodies or safeguarding ancient ones, preserving these works in enchanted kelp, scrolls or crystal resonators that amplify and immortalize the music. These artisans, revered as keepers of the Crynids' legacy, ensure that the voice of their people endures across generations. Education. Knowledge flows through oral tradition and song, passed from elder to youth in a communal gatherings, and structures apprenticeship. Stories, melodies, and historical accounts are preserved in enchanted kelp scrolls or find-infused crystals. Specialized knowledge, such as oceanic magic, navigation, or relic keeping, is often held within castes like the tidal guardians or wave callers. Though the Crynid value accessibility and often encourage promising youth to seek mentorship across roles, learning is immersive, blending artistry, ritual, and practice skill in equal measure. Chapter 4. Relationships and Interactions. Relationships with other species. Historically, Crynids have maintained a posture of cautious neutrality towards most surface-dwelling peoples, engaging in diplomacy when it serves mutual environmental goals. They have allied with certain coastal creatures that respect the sea, but view industrialized society as dangerous to both ocean and magic. Curiosity guides their interactions, though it is tempered by a guarded protectiveness of their sacred sites. They prefer negotiation to conflict, but will unleash the full force of their magic if their waters are threatened. War, when waged, is defensive, fought to preserve their home rather to expand territory. Chapter 5. History and Mythology. Origins. The Crynids are graceful aquatic humanoids with translucent wings and songs that mirror the ocean rhythms. Those wings, both delicate and strong, allow them to glide across sea surfaces by catching wind and water vapor, making them natural intermediaries between air and water and living emblems of the ocean's fluidity. Thought to have evolved through symbiosis with marine life, their earliest ancestors may have resembled winged sea dragons or giant gull-like creatures. Over time, their songs, once a means of communication with marine animals, become a potent magic that could influence tides and nurture ocean vitality. Today, this bond faces great threat as pollution and human activity disrupt marine ecosystems, endangering the very magical and traditions that define their existence. Chronicles and Wars. The Crynids' history is marked by a series of tragic events that have shaped their current plight. Once powerful stewards of oceanic magic, they endure a cataclysmic war known as the Tidal Sundering, where industrial encroachments and pollution devastated many underwater sanctuaries and fractures their society. This conflict birthed legendary heroes like Maralis the Tidebound, a revered tide guardian who sacrificed herself to seal a rift leaking dark magic into the seas, and the prophet Selena Waveborn, whose song inspired unity during these times of despair. Legends and Symbols. Ancient myths tell that the Crynids were once the ocean's chosen steward, entrusted with guarding its primal energies and preserving its harmony. In those distant times, their songs could shape vast currents and summon entire schools of marine life. Now, as the seas weaken under the strain of environmental decay, their magic has waned, leaving only faint echoes of the power that once defined their people. Chapter 6. Magic and Technology. Magic and Knowledge. The Crynids wield oceanic resonance magic, a mystical art that channels their songs into powerful forces capable of shaping tides, healing marine ecosystems, and summoning aquatic life. Through techniques like harmony mending to restore coral reefs or current weaving to divert hazardous waters, they maintain the ocean's balance, while their most gifted resonants can merge their voices with the sea itself to unleash the waves or cleanse polluted region. Their magic is often preserved in song-infused crystals, enchanted vessels that replay melodies to calm marine creatures, stabilize tides, or shield sanctuaries, also serving as safe practice tools for apprentices. In moments of ritual or crisis, they unite in elemental singing circles, blending their harmonies to amplify their magic, summon protective storms, illuminate the depths with radiant light domes, or heal large swaths of ocean. Technology and innovation. Crynid technology blends medieval craftsmanship with unique magical symbols rather than mechanical complexity. Their inventions, such as song-infused crystals and enchanted kelp scrolls, are deeply tied to natural elements and magic rather than industrial machinery. They have developed remarkable tools for underwater construction and protection, like resonance amplifiers and tide-shaping devices, which harmonize with marine life rather than disrupt it. Their technology emphasizes coexistence, using innovation to enhance rather than exploit the ocean's gifts. Chapter 7. Religion and Divinity. Beliefs. The Crynids' faith centers on the sanctuaries of the ocean's heart, ornate underwater temples that safeguard relics embodying the sea's soul. Worshippers sing sacred hymns within the sanctuaries, their voices resonating through the relics to renew both their magic and their bond with the ocean's divine energies. Those who display exceptional harmony with the tides may undergo the tidal ascension ceremony, a rite in which they are submerged in consecrated waters while their community sings in unison, marking their elevation to spiritual leadership, often as tidal guardians. Their most significant annual religious event, the Sea's Lament and Renewal Festival, blends mourning and hope. It begins with solemn songs grieving damaged or polluted waters, then transforms into a joyful celebration of the ocean's resilience, and collective sings seek to heal and revitalize the sea. Pantheon. The Crynids' pantheon is deeply rooted in the ocean's vast mysteries and forces. At its center stands Aqualis, the ocean's heart, deity of the seas, tides and life's cyclical renewal, revered as the source of all waterborne magic and balance. Thalindra, the mistress of currents, governs the flow and change within the ocean, embodying adaptability and the power of transformation through tides and storms. Nerithis, the keeper of depths, presides over the hidden, mysterious aspects of the sea, the abyss, ancient secrets and forgotten knowledge, often invoked by those seeking wisdom or courage to face the unknown. Seraphine, the voice of the waves, is the goddess of song, communication and emotional resonance, believed to gift the Crynids with unique vocal magic and inspired their sacred melodies. Chapter 8. Adventurers. Motivations. Many Crynids become adventurers driven by the desire to restore their diminishing magic and protect the oceans from further harm. Some seek lost relics or ancient knowledge to revive the sanctuaries of old, while others embark on voyages to forge alliances or uncover secrets behind the waves. Personal quests might include atoning for past failures, reclaiming stolen artifacts, or exploring distant lands to find solution to the environmental crisis. Chapter 9. Narrative Archetypes. Typical roles in narratives. They can be compelling heroes driven by duty to restore the world, or tragic figures wrestling with fading powers. Occasionally, desperate or corrupted Crynids, such as siren outcasts, serve as antagonists, embodying the danger of losing harmony with nature. Conflicts and dramas. Crynids face oppression from industrialized society polluting the seas, invasions by surface dwellers, and territorial conflicts over sacred waters. Spiritual crises emerge as their magic wanes, sparkling moral dilemmas about using forbidden powers or risking the ocean's balance. Themes. Crynids' stories frequently explore universal themes such as harmony versus exploitation and the fragile balance between nature and civilization. Chapter 10. Narrative Applications. Plot Ideas. Plotlines could center on quests to recover lost relics, defend sacred sanctuaries from industrial threats, or mediate conflicts between factions. Protagonist Crynids might seek redemption, allies might guide surface dwellers in respecting the ocean, while antagonists could be rogue Crynids corrupted by dark magic or outside forces. Plots might also explore internal power struggles or spiritual journeys to regain lost harmony. Interesting settings. A key location for the Crynids is the Sanctuary of the Ocean's Heart, an ancient underwater temple complex shimmering with bioluminescent flora and guarded by magical relics. Hidden in deep reefs and protected by mystical creatures, it serves as a spiritual center, a bastion of magic, and a contested refuge against external threats. Iconic characters. Among the iconic figures of the Crynids stands Maralis the Tidebound, a legendary tidal guardian famed for sealing a dark rift before mysteriously vanishing, leaving behind a legacy of sacrifice and mystery. Selena Waveborn, a prophetic singer, inspired her people with powerful hymns that foster unity and courage during times of crisis. Corin the Wavecaller represents the reformist faction, advocating for sustainable healing methods to restore the ocean's balance. In contrast, Lyra of the Siren Outcasts embodied tragedy and conflict, having turned her once harmonious song into a weapon and used against both enemy and former kin. Guiding the next generation is Eldar Thalorin, a wise keeper of the Crystal Archives and mentor to young songcrafters, preserving the cultural heritage and magical knowledge of the Crynids. And that's all for now. There are certainly some details we can perfect, aspects to expand, and I would like to write a short story for each of these creatures. I'll see what to do in the future, but in the meantime, I can't wait to kick off the grand tournament!